Let me press the... All right, okay. So our workshop for today, the topic is on ways to improve our mental health. And this is a topic which is certainly very important at this point in time. And our speaker today is multi-talented. She's a software developer. She's a music artist. If you want to hear more of her singing, you can go to her YouTube or Instagram page. She's also a NESA educator, and she's also a founding member of a Toastmasters Club. So very excited to have her here. Let's give a very warm welcome to Niharika.
I hope I'm audible and visible as well.
Yep, very good.
Okay, thanks a lot, Thomas, for that introduction. And really, I must thank Thomas for inviting me to take this workshop. I think this is my first workshop, which is related to some sensitive topic like mental health outside India. I've spoken here in my place, but I've never, and I'm really happy to get this opportunity and be speaking here. And I would firstly I want to thank all the other distinguished guests and fellow Toastmasters who joined the session today, because 1 hour of your time today, you are here to spend to take care of yourself and your mental health in the chaotic day that you were in. So this 1 hour you're here to listen to me for yourself. Thank you so much for that. And yes, now moving forward to the workshop topic today, ways to improve mental health. Firstly, I would like to give a global picture of what mental health is and how people perceive that. Mental health, this particular topic has been trending for years together on social media and on various other platforms where people give thoughts. They put their thoughts forward. They give their motivational speeches on this topic. There are many organizations on mental health awareness. But at the end of the day, this topic has just remained a topic to be spoken about rather than care and implement in your real life. It's just to make propaganda about this topic and make it trending as hashtag mental health matters on social media. Other than that, I have hardly seen people over the years implement mental health awareness in their life and literally care about them. It's hardly seen, because people have desires, people have goals, they want to achieve everything in a day. How to become a billionaire in a day. This is how you get to see videos and posts. I understand achievement is important in life, but at the end of the day, this particular organ that is there here, you're not at all caring about that. It should be in a functioning manner for you to support and make your goals and dreams achieved, right? So then something I think unusual happened in the year 2020. Everyone were running to do something in life without caring about their mental health. And 2020 literally told them, shut up, sit at home, and you have got nothing to do. Everyone were confined inside the house, could not step out of the house. Jobs were lost. I could not graduate on time. I'm telling you, I had 1.5 years of mental struggle. My job was hanging in there. They said, I'll not give you a job because you're not graduated yet. I was not sure what my future was going to be. This was not my condition. Many of the other people too. They could not see a single person on the road. Everyone were confined to house. That was the time me and many other too realized that, oh my God, all the years in the past that we were running behind to earn money, become billionaire, achieve something in life, do wonders in a day, nothing came to a conclusion. Everything has gone in vain. That was the time people started perceiving this topic of mental health in a different manner. I really could see a lot of people taking care of their health, mental health, and also helping the people around them cope up with this issue. And even I did. That is the reason here I am here to share my ways, how I improved my mental health in this 1.5 year of timeline that we were in pandemic and struggling. And I'm here to share my ways. And if one or the other way at the end of my session works out and you are able to implement that in your life, that is more than enough for me, that I have created an impact and I have actually made people realize that their mental health is important. So that is what I am here. And diving into my self introduction, I am Toastmaster Niharika. I know Thomas has already told a lot about me, but I'm Niharika and I am the founding member of PVRIT Hyderabad Toastmasters Club, that is the University Toastmaster Club that I have been part of and graduated this year. And it is something very, very different for me, a 22-year-old girl, to be speaking about this topic today. And I hope you will, at the end, have some takeaway. And once again, thank you so much for joining. So let's get started with the presentation and what are some of the ways that I will be sharing for you. And yes, let's get started. I hope my screen is visible. I want every one of you, unless and until there is any disturbance at your side, stay on mute. Otherwise, don't, because this is going to be a completely interactive session. And I want at every point of time, you guys to keep responding to me. Okay, I hope that's good to go. So yes, ways to improve mental health. First of all, before we understand the ways to improve mental health, you have to know what actually mental health is, right? Many of them don't even know exact definition of mental health. So before deep diving into mental health, can any one of you tell me, in your perspective, how do you define health? This particular word health, how do you define it? Anyone? You can unmute, please, because I really want responses. This is completely interactive session.
Always say not sick. All parts functioning, well-being.
Okay, that is true. Not staying sick and being healthy. Anyone else?
Being normal as the norm.
Right. That is what the current situation is. Being normal is the new norm. This is how we get to here after pandemic. That's absolutely right. Now I'll tell you exactly what is my definition of health. For me, health is a combination of physical, your mental, or emotional. Both are actually different, but in one or the other way, it's a collective word which comes under emotional well-being. So mental or emotional and social well-being. So you can see the triangle here. This is how I define health as. When all these three in your life are good, well balanced, that means you're healthy and you're fit. If three in any one of the aspect among all these three is going off track, you are not. Your mental health is disturbed. So for me, the definition of health is this: maintaining your physical, mental, and emotional, as well as social health. Now let's see what exactly this is. And I got a glimpse of this here actually. That is, physical is the amount of exercise or sleep pattern, drink, etc., all the things that you do. Mental health, yes, is the ability to handle your stress in life, maintain a positive attitude, not COVID positive actually. Okay, kidding. But positivity in terms of your thinking, and have a purpose in life. Be a driven, purpose driven human being. And social is what we are doing now, interacting with each other, making friends, having good relationship with the societal personalities that you get to see. And this all come under well-being, and well-being is also called as health. So yes. Now, I hope you got a picture of what health according to me is. So next, now let's come to the topic that we have been discussing about, and our topic for today is, what is mental health? Or as I said, health is also called as well-being. What is mental well-being? Again, I need some responses. You understood what health is, right? I even told you what mental health means. Now I want a definition of how you see mental health as. Anyone? I know it's Monday evening and many of you might have been very tired after work. But come on, it's time for you to think about your mental health. Okay, there's no exact definition, right? I will tell you what my definition of mental health is. Mental health is, it's all about how people think, feel, and act. So these three things go hand in hand. So all these aspects of a human being makes what mental health or mental well-being is. Let me give you an example. Today, I was given a work in the morning in the office. And you know what? That work was not something that I could do, but someone of a senior level could do. So it was a bit very high level task and it was given to me. And my project manager said, Niharika, just, I know you can do it. Just give it to me by afternoon 3 p.m. And I know you can do it. Just give it to me by 3 p.m. because I have to submit the deliverables by 4 p.m. I was like, I couldn't even respond to him. I was like, sir, are you sure you're giving this work to me? I don't think that I can do this. This is something that my senior does. And he was like, your senior is on leave. He's on a vacation to enjoy. I want you to do this task. Come on, you're a new joiner. I want that zeal to, you have to do this. I want to see that zeal. Now, the first step here is how did I think about it? I was first super scared because he said you have to submit it by 3 p.m. and I know I cannot do it. Firstly, to understand the task, it will take for me whole day. So I was wondering what will happen. But then first I was in a negative thought, I cannot complete, but I know that a person who's opposite has belief in me. He wants some progress from my side. And I know if I show him some work, he will be satisfied. Thinking that with a positive attitude, that is the first step, think positive, I felt I can do it. That is the second step that came into picture. That is feel. I felt I can do it. I can do some work and I can give it to him. And guess what? At least some preparing an Excel sheet for that database topic to get loaded into database. I just prepared him an outlook of Excel sheet and I gave it to him by 2 p.m. And he asked me to submit by 3 p.m. I acted. I was strong enough, I was confident, and I acted the way I felt I can do it. And I submitted to him. And guess what was his response? He was like, this is what I want. I want the attitude that you actually think and you feel that you are able to do this. And finally you submit the work, how much ever you understood. And then I felt, okay, this is how my thought process was throughout the day. And not only in this task, whenever I do anything, even during your examination, you think, you feel you are confident enough, and then you write the exam. So not only in this task, in every aspect of your life, this is how how your process goes. Your mental health or your mental process goes. To take a decision, you think, you feel you are confident, you act, you take the decision. If you feel you are not confident, you don't act. So this is how it goes. That is how your mental health definition according to me is, and also the process of mental health. So here are some of the examples. If someone wants to try, I want to see how their thinking process of mental health is. So you got some fill in the blank, or you can say some usable sentences given below. And these two sentences, as you can see, the two scenarios are different. One is negative and the other is positive, right? And now I want any one of you to just pick up any one of this and tell me a story or any experience of yours in 1 minute. You can use the words that are given to you and you can do there. I hope you understood. The above one is all that you can see is something which is the negative thinking aspect of a person, and below is almost it's positive.
So reframing from negative.
Yeah.
Cho Hui.
Can you show example first? Because we are supposed to say in opposite, or we have
No. It's not exactly opposite, but it's like I want you to share an experience where you're using these words or thinking. Like it's like a table topic. Come on, it's like a table topic. You have to
okay,
use those
because
words.
I don't really understand. Okay, I just try whether I'm in the right track or not.
Okay.
I feel very down, and I wanted to just to give up, and I don't think they like me that much. Something like that. Is it correct?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's
Okay.
right.
Thank you. Next.
That's right. That's right. Like just before this, I just shared my experience, right? That is how I thought, how I felt, and how I acted upon. So I just want you guys to take this lines as an example and just frame your own sentence or share your experience based on this. That's how I wanted it to be. So yeah, I will just tell you my perspective of the first one. My thought process when my friends said you cannot get a job, I know they are going to make me feel mad. They're going to make me feel down because that is what they want it to happen. They wanted to make me feel down because they're like, you can't get a job. And then, trust me, for a moment, I took their negativeness and I felt frustrated, irritated, and I was very, very, very devastated, I would say. And I wanted to give up. I was like, okay, everyone feels the same. Even my friends feel the same. I can't get a job. Let me just stop. Let's not try for a job. I'll do something on my own. But then I felt, what do these people really need? They want to see me going down, right? They want to see me going down. They don't know what my inner capacity is. So then I took it in a positive manner and I thought, okay, their negativity is something kind of indication for me to try more, not to give up, not give up, not to give up. And I felt compassionate because they were trying to pull me down. And in that zeal that I have to prove them wrong, I took the responsibility and I got a job. I made it because I wanted to prove them wrong. Their opinion of mine does not become my reality. I let that happen. So that is how, your circumstances are also on these three things in life. So that is why I wanted to make you understand what is think, feel, and act. Right? Everything depends on these three things. So yes.
So
Yeah.
So it means that it will come in this order: think, feel, and then you act.
Yes. Yes.
Then
yes.
we become
Without,
more rational.
Yeah, because anything without thinking, you don't feel how it is. You think about a thing and then you feel, oh God, I think I'm getting headache. I'm tired. I'm feeling exhausted. This feeling of exhaustedness, when does it come? When you think too much, right? And then you do nothing. You go and sleep. That is what you do. That is the way you act. Everything in every point of life, this is what happens. And this is your mental health and this is your mental process. So yes. So next. So this is what that we get to see in today's life. That is your mental well-being. That is the way I was speaking before. You have to maintain a balance. You have to take care of yourself. Is becoming into mental ill-being. Well-being is becoming ill-being. What are the reasons? Let me just tell you. These are some of the scenarios or some of the lines that I picked up from the recent 2020 pandemic issue that has happened. After that, World Health Organization released these statistics and I felt really bad looking at them. That is, in just a span of 1 year, 16% of the global burden of disease, in all diseases, 16% is accounted for mental health, and 16% is more. Very much, it's larger. 16 seems to be less, but 16 is actually on a global scenario very, very large. And it is usually seen in the people from the age of 10 to 60, because many of them lost jobs. A lot of things were happening. People were sitting at home. And why was it turning into ill-being? Because mental health issues were increasing, right? And then what were those mental health issues? And these were the common issues seen throughout the Asia. I'm talking about Asia and America. Anxiety disorder, depression. Depression is the largest. For simple things in life, we get depressed. Depression is the largest. Mood disorders. Just in a fraction of seconds, your mood changes. You feel like, okay, today I'm gonna relax. In 1 minute, if you feel there is something task pending, you just switch. Okay, I shouldn't relax. I should go and do the work first. Why am I wasting time? Or some people are like, oh, I did too much of work. Now I should rest. That rest continues for days together. So much of mood disorders and personality disorders. Personality disorders in their sense, a lot of things come into picture. The way you see other person, the way you see yourself, you're quite fast at judging, comparison, ego, jealousy, all these are personality disorders. And can you imagine, this starts from the age of 14, even teenage. there is literally no age as such for mental health. It starts from a very young age, and most of the cases are undetected and untreated. Who will treat them? If you go to a psychologist, he takes a lot of money. At the end of the day, you go for a lot of sessions to get that burden out of your head. Do you really feel satisfied? I'm being honest, you will never. Unless until you yourself work on your problem, what will the other person know if you yourself are unable to understand? So it starts from you. And the causes are, as I mentioned, over expectations, desires, comparison, zero self-confidence, real life to real life. This plays the major role in most of the adolescents. They think social media is their reality. They see others on the social media and they start making their life, they start judging their life. That is what it becomes, real to real life. And overthinking. I come from this department. Overthinking. I think a lot. And at the end of the day, what do? You strain your mind and finally you feel exhausted. You get migraine headaches. You don't work. The action doesn't come into picture. So all these things are the causes of mental health turning into ill-being. Now it is turning into ill-being. What should we do? We need a way to improve, right? So that is the place where ways to improve your mental health comes into picture. You know that it is becoming ill. It is becoming an issue. So now you need to find way to have an improvement in your mental health. You know, going to a psychologist is at times not working out. Nothing is working out. You have to first start everything from yourself. If you are able to bring a change within yourself with simple, tiny steps that you take, you can even create this impact in the society outside. And that is what I started doing. I felt I am trying to improve myself, and now I have to even share my stories and my tips with other people and try to even give them that essence. So the first tip that I have, or the first way that I have, is something which is very common. You get to see everywhere. Whenever people are like, I think I'm depressed. First thing that comes into picture is do meditation. Just sit and observe your breath for 3 to 4 minutes or 1 to 2 minutes, how long you're able to sit and meditate. For many, this doesn't work. For few, it does. And for me, in only 1 or 2 instances, meditation worked when I wanted to stay alone, lock myself in a room because I was feeling frustrated with my family, with everyone around. Only then I was relaxing and I closed my eyes and meditated. But yes, for for people who are at the age of 50s, 60s, this does work. Meditation is the best thing. And if you do at least 1 minute, I think it's enough. It's your choice then. But for me, as I said, it's only once or twice that worked out. But yeah, my grandfather is like, do meditation. I love doing it whole day. It works. So that is how I came to know it is actually effective for the people who don't have any tensions in life, because retirement age is 60 and you all think of is meditate and relax in a spiritual manner. So that is how this actually works for people at the age of 60s, 50s, 70s. The next technique that I'm going to share, this is meditation, the first thing. The second technique that I'm going to share is something my favorite. And this technique that you see here is something that I do every day, before sleep, after office, and whenever my mom scolds me for unnecessary reasons, whenever I have fight with my father, I just go into the room, lock myself, and I listen to Tibetan singing. Have any one of you heard this before? I think all Chinese might be knowing, right? Tibetan bowl technique has been from ancient time, very, very good one, because I see my grandparents come from Vipassana. Vipassana is an organization for meditation and inner health. And also they have been to Tibet and all that things, they have gone and seen the monks. This technique is something they suggested me and it is working out. Trust me, it really works. And this is the Tibetan bowl technique. You have bowls of different sizes which have different frequencies. And as you rotate and hit that stick onto the bowl, it produces a frequency of sound that vibrates so well in your ears that even insomniacs will sleep. It will put even insomniacs to sleep. Do you want to try this? Because I have a video where I want people to actually experience this for 1 or 2 minutes. And I want you all guys to close your eyes. And I have that particular music sound that I hear every day. And it is of 580 hertz. This is exactly when you are feeling low, depressed, and tense, stressed in life. This works. So let me just share. Okay, how should I switch it? I'll just go to that music. Okay, just stop sharing and I'll take you through that page where let's do some music.
Share his
Sound therapy. Yeah, can you see my screen now?
Yep.
And yes, everyone, just see that there is nothing around you. Just close the door if there is any. I really want you guys to do this. And it's for 2 minutes. Just listen to the music, close your eyes and relax. All I want you to do is relax. So for 2 minutes. I hope you're able to hear.
I don't think there's any sound. Okay, yeah. Okay.
You're able to?
Can you fast forward a bit? Maybe this part no sound yet. Wait,
Really?
I think you need to share the sound.
Yeah,
before
share
you
screen
share
with
the
sound.
Oh. This is why it happens. Okay, I have to share the sound also. Share
Yeah.
sound.
So you stop share first.
Okay, I was actually searching for this option.
Yeah. When you share the screen, right, there's a small tab below which says share sound or optimize for video clips.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Okay. Good.
Share sound. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I'm sorry for that. At
No worries.
times. Again, mental health testing.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
hope now it is on.
Yep, good.
Okay. So how did that feel? Whenever there is a hit on the bowl, that produces the vibration that lasts for long. And literally that vibration puts me to sleep. And I feel really relaxed whenever I hear to this. Very, very, very relaxed. So this is one of the technique that I follow thrice a day, and I'm being honest, thrice. And it helps me a lot. The second way, a lot of people feel that they are very sensitive to hear this hitting and that vibration. The second way in the sound therapy is listening to nature sound. Can you see what is there in that picture? Waterfall.
Waterfall.
Yes. And the way that water falls little by little, that sound and birds chirping around, and all these sounds are also very relaxing. When you actually hear to nature sounds, and the other that you get to hear when you travel in a forest, or that is very relaxing. So the second technique is nature sound. You can see the water falling, and yeah, as I mentioned, yeah. So if you want to hear this too, I can play just for a sample how the nature sound has, but you can actually find a lot of stuff on YouTube. If you type nature sound, relaxation, sound therapy, you will get many on YouTube where you can see water falling, and so good it is. Every aspect of nature you will get to hear. So that is sound therapy, and this therapy is my favorite, as I mentioned. So the third therapy or way that I'll be taking you through is music therapy. After sound, what does it come? That is music, right? And music is like ultimate favorite. So what are the ways in music therapy? Let's see. The first one is whenever you're feeling low in life, there is one companion that always listens to you. What's that? Music. The way you're feeling, if you want to convey that feeling, you immediately go and search a song. Okay, depression songs list, happy songs list, funky music songs list. So this is how you search and you listen to your favorite songs and try to lift your mood, right? Every one of us have our favorite artists, our favorite songs. We go and listen to that. So that is one thing in music therapy. That is, go if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling low, and if you feel like giving up, go and listen to a song that will make you happy and lift your mood. The second thing is learn an instrument. There's no age to learn an instrument, right? There's no age at all. Even my aunt, who's in another place, she started learning piano now at the age of 72. She says, I'm feeling good. Whenever I feel like I'm so bored, I'm so tired in life, I go and I start playing piano. It feels good. So learning a music instrument is one or the other way you can just let your pain inside out. And the third one is definitely sing for yourself. You start a song, or randomly while working, you can start singing. You don't need to be a professional singer, as I mentioned, just to make yourself happy. If you don't get an artist to sing, sing for yourself. Sing for yourself, and that's how you make yourself happy. So these are the three techniques that you get in music therapy. And I also mentioned my favorite song here. And this is the song whenever I feel like giving up in life, I either listen to the song or I sing it for myself. And the song name is Ellen Once Again. As it is, I will be singing for you now, just 2 to 3 lines of the song, because the song lyrics are awesome. As you can see, you can find the song lyrics. You can type Ellen Once Again, and the song name is Wanna Be Me. So the song goes like this. Someone says, Niharika, you are not worth it. I go play the song and listen. It goes like this. I just wanna be me. I am making no apologies, marching to my own beat, living life the way it's meant to be. Let's break all the rules and we'll do our own thing. Let's change the world tonight and nothing can bring us down. I just want to be me. I'm not the fit-in type. I would rather live outside the box, create my own reality, and always be true to me. Let's break all the rules and we'll do our own thing. Let's change the world tonight and nothing can bring us down. I just want to be me. I just want to be me. Yeah, so that was the song. It just says, I just want to be myself and I'm making no apologies. So it's just like no one can bring you down in life. Just be the way you are and create your own reality. So this is my favorite song and I sing to myself and also I listen to this song. Yeah, the music instrument that I would suggest all the new beginners to start with is ukulele. There's no age for this instrument. I even have a suggestion. That's the reason I bought this instrument. It's exactly your hand size and you can happily play it. It's very easy to learn. Just like this, you can strum, you can see YouTube videos and learn. My mother is learning now this instrument and she's feeling happy. Like it's very small and yeah, everyone can learn. There's no age limit for this instrument. So yeah, for learning an instrument, ukulele is the good one to start with. So that is the music therapy, which is the third technique that I wanted to share with you. And music is the best companion, I would say, for anyone. There's no age for music. So yes, so this is the third technique I want to share. Fourth technique is not possible for everyone, but if you do have in your house, this is the best way. That is ecotherapy. Have you heard about this ecotherapy anywhere? Or can you guess what eco means?
Grow plants.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, someone's already playing it. Wow. Okay. Ecotherapy is not only growing plants, just observing the greenery of plants, touching the plants, feeling them, touching a rose, having that sense of touching a rose, touching plants. Trust me, the whole last year of pandemic, I was sitting in my room. I could not even see a single ant on the road. And I didn't understand where should I go because we can't step out of the house, right? So I was literally thanking God that thank God I had a balcony to sit and few plants to give me oxygen and look at it. So I went into my balcony. I never sat in my balcony. I'm a busy bee, I feel. I never went into my balcony. I never sat among the plants that we are growing. And I never felt them. And I was literally feeling the air. I was like, wow, this plant has a unique leaf. Oh, wow, the sand is like this. And my mom was like, until then, you never observed. And now you're doing it. See, this is also a therapy. That's ecotherapy. And that's what, as I said, touching plants, feeling them, relaxing in green color nature. Green color is really important to eyes, guys. I'm telling you, they sit 24/7 in front of this blue screen. We are getting sight. Some people are even losing their mind, working. It's hard. Go take some time. If you have plants or if you are not having, start growing them. It is another level and another sense of having stuff, feeling of, relaxing yourself. Can you see this tomato here? Big tomato. This is from my garden. I put the pics that I started growing after nowhere. I got a lot of zeal that I have to after COVID. And I started growing plants. And this is tomato that's growing. It has grown big. And these are some other papaya and some other plants that are growing. Yes, so this is how I started growing. So I hope even you will too. If you don't, just go somewhere, feel there is nature. That is ecotherapy. And even that is good. So this is the fourth technique I wanted to share. And so, yeah, this is the fourth technique, and I got lost seeing the plants. I was wondering, did I water them? Yes, I'm sorry for that. And the fifth one is mood therapy. Every one of us are kings and queens at changing moods like a chameleon. If my project manager appreciate me, Niharika, you're goddess. There's no one like you in this universe and in this project. I'm like, thank you so much, sir. You are worst. What the hell kind of work is this? If you do work like this, I'll just pull you out of this project. Immediately, I change my mood and I start judging. This man is a zombie. Why someone can't kill this man? How is his wife bearing him? So a shift of mood happens, just the circumstances that you are in. So for mood therapy, there are three things, and these three things I do this. And the first one is my favorite. As soon as I start doing the first one, my parents think I've gone mad. She needs a psychiatrist. You know how does it go? The first one is laughter therapy. Have you ever seen someone doing laughter therapy? Have you? A lot of senior citizens in my community, they go to park, and this is the picture that I captured, and they do this. Every morning at 7 a.m. they come to park and they start their day with this. They raise their hands and they're like, ha, 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 yay, something like that. And they raise their hands and they're like, ha, ha, ha. Even though they're not getting laugh, they raise their hands and they start laughing. In one or the other way, they get energized, laughing like this for some time. Their mood refreshes. That laziness that you have in early in the morning, even that is gone. So just raise your hand. You don't need someone to just, come and say, laugh. Come on, laugh. No need. You can just raise your hand and laugh. Ha, ha, ha. So this is one laughter therapy. At times work when you are stressed. Like this also you can open and do. And the second thing in laughter therapy is, do you know who this man is? As soon as you see, you start laughing. As soon as you see this person, you start laughing. That is the image, or that is the impact this particular man in his series, Mr. Bean, that is Robin Atkinson, has left. What did you get from this? Laughter doesn't mean only just raising your hands and laughing. Go and watch someone who makes you laugh. Go and watch a movie which will let you release all your stress. As soon as I see this man, even just his picture is enough. I keep laughing for literally hours together. That funny I feel this man is. So not only laughter technique means this, even watching some comic movies or something which makes you laugh is also a laughter therapy. The second thing is cuddle. Do you know how much power transfer takes place from one person to another person when you give them a big hug? I know now it is COVID. Don't randomly give hug to any person that you find. But yeah, it starts from your home. When was the last time you literally gave a big and very passionate, love-filled hug to your mother or your father or your kids? I hardly remember. I'm telling you honestly, I hardly remember. I'm so busy in my life, even though I'm at home, doing my work, work from home. I hardly care about my parents. I hardly. And my dad come from office very tired. He expects that one vibe in the house that he get of love and compassion. Just go and give him up. I think I've hardly done that any time in my life. And again, COVID made me realize that how important your loved ones are for you. One day this hand will remain empty if you don't go and give them a hug now. It will. And after that, just before this session, I went and I gave my mom a hug that I'll wish me that I'll do my workshop best. I gave her a big hug. So that powerful cuddling is go and give a big hug to the person you are in. It releases all the stress that you have in your body. You can see this picture. I found this picture to be very powerful. That woman is literally holding her because I feel she's in pain. just literally holding her so tight. And I felt, yes, this is one of the way you can lift your mood. Just cuddle, go and give hug to someone. The third thing, I am not queen, king at this. Sleeping. What exactly is sleeping? As soon as this word comes into picture, a lot of people can, you're so lazy, man. Come on, go and do some exercise. Sleepy, slogs, sleeping like a slog. What is the sloth? That just they scold you. But do you know, just taking a half an hour of nap, short nap, they say, right? While you're working or when you're doing household work. My mom does. My mom goes and takes afternoon 1 hour nap. I used to think this lady always keeps sleeping. Why does she sleep in the afternoon? But then I realized it relaxes her. Even little amount of work after cooking, cleaning, everything, that 1 hour of sleep that she takes gives her energy for the rest of the day. Even during work from home, that is happening. I ask my teammates, like, I think I am feeling sleepy, I'm feeling tired, I want to take a 15 minutes of nap. Is that fine? And I sleep on my desk. I wake up and I start working again. Short naps are a form of sleeping that are really, really relaxing and helps you a lot. So all these three techniques come under mood therapy. Okay, I hope you got a glimpse of it, and you can do anything among this. These three things are the funniest and the best, and you can do all these. So fifth one is mood therapy. I have two more to go. I know a lot of people might be already feeling sleepy with my sleep techniques, but no, two more to go. And you remember, I showed you a cycle in the start where I actually forgot. Yeah, in the start, this cycle where you saw how well-being is interlinked for three aspects. What well-being is: physical, mental, and social well-being. All these three things are interlinked. One depends on the other. If one is disturbed, all the rest of the things are also disturbed. So yes, as I was mentioning, till now, all the techniques that we saw, this presentation. Okay, all the techniques till fifth one that you saw are for mental health. What if your physical and social well-being are not balanced? Will that affect your mental health? Definitely yes. When you're taking care of your mental health, there is also some more aspects of physical health and social well-being that come into picture, because you're a human being, you're a social animal, and you need to even have an idea of all these. So what is the sixth technique is physical health: yoga or walking. I don't do yoga, I'm being honest. I find it to be very hectic stuff to do. Even lot like older age people also can't do yoga at times. Their body doesn't support. The best thing to do, if you can't do yoga, I'm not telling not to do yoga, do if you are comfortable with and you like. Otherwise, go for a walk. 5 kilometers, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. I go for a 5K walk. I was actually planning to go just after the session, 5K walk. And you know how interesting it will go? In yoga, you can do warm-ups like little stretching and stuff that you can easily find in YouTube. Other than that, the second thing is yoga nidra. I don't know how many of you have heard this term of nidra. Nidra in Buddhist language means sleep. A pose in yoga is that you just take your yoga mat and you sleep on it and relax. That's it. That's a pose. That's a yoga pose and posture. Just sleep on the yoga mat early in the morning. That's a way of doing yoga and relaxing yourself if you can't do yoga exercises. And the third thing, as I was mentioning, is walking, which I do. Even this, we feel lazy to do. At times, one day if we do walking, the second day we skip. Third day we don't know, we go or not. There's no regularity in this. There are some things, some apps I felt are very attractive and they're giving a lot of enthusiasm for me every day to go on a walk. And that app I have installed on my phone. And if you're interested, you can even install. And the app name is called as Nike Run Club. You know what happens? all the club members, your club members together can go on a walk, planning at the same time, same day, and all their scores will be coming as splits. How much time did they go? How much time did they walk? How much calorie did they burn? Who was the highest on the leadership board? So this is how you can maintain the streak, just the way people maintain streak on Snapchats, Instagram and stuff. This is a health fitness app where you can maintain streak and have the best experience. And you know what? If you finish Nike's challenges, run challenges or walk challenges, Nike gives you gifts like Nike shoes for free. You can order directly to your home, or free coupons where you can purchase any Nike merchandise you want. You can go and purchase that in the nearby store. So this is how they're making people work and walk. So this is how, like, I can do along with Thomas. I can go along with Thomas at the same time, if possible, on a run or walk. And we both can maintain our timing. And at the end of the week, it will give you a result as to who was the best, who burned how much of calorie. And this is how this particular app you will easily get on App Store or Google Play Store, Nike Run Club, and you can have the best. You can even run with me. You can find my profile just like the way you do on Facebook and Instagram, and you can run. I'm most welcome. So this is how some apps I felt are boosting, giving boost to yourself to go on a walk. And yeah, if walking is not possible, install the apps and go for it. And yoga, as I mentioned, if you can't do heavy postures, do yoga nidra, do small postures of like stretching and stuff, so that it can even make you fit. So this is the technique in physical health, which can also help you maintain your mental health, right? If you're physically fit, you would be mentally fit. This is what trainers, gym trainers say. Yes. So this is how. The last aspect, can anyone guess? I completed physical, I completed mental. Social well-being. And this is, I think, every one of you can relate to. Can you read out loud? Toastmasters therapy. And what is
Toastmasters
it?
therapy.
Yay! Can you guess what exactly is this Toastmasters therapy? Social well-being.
Attend chapter meetings and make friends.
Come on, stop being too much technical, Thomas. Okay, these are all my takeaways from Toastmasters journey of mine, and from the people I have been with, and my friends, Toastmaster fellow members, everyone. And these are all the takeaways, as I mentioned, which I felt are really helpful for me in my social well-being. And also, this maintaining all these aspects will also help me maintain my mental health. The first thing is Toastmasters enable you to think, right? It makes you think about anything, think about a person, think about your speech, think about a person's behavior, anything it is. Toastmaster makes you think. Even the people who are very, like, they're not interested, whenever they come to Toastmasters, whenever they get to, when they get a table topic, they start thinking. Oh my God, their brain starts working. And when they start thinking, they convert their private thoughts into public. And how does that public come into picture? Speaking. The way I'm blabbering now, the way I'm speaking is because of Toastmasters. I remember I was a kind of introvert. I never spoke to anyone, and I was scared because my English was bad. I couldn't even frame a proper sentence in English. That is how I used to be, and this is how I am now. And all thanks to Toastmasters therapy, in past 4.5 years, the way it shaped me, that is speaking. I speak. And listening. Listening is one of the greatest art the Toastmasters can teach, and it's not everyone's cup of tea. Everyone can't be a good listener. Everyone can be a good speaker, but everyone can't be a good listener. For this, you need to have patience. You need to listen to a person without interrupting them in between, giving your advices, suggestions, judging them. You have to all do is listen for hours together. And this is what even Toastmasters has taught me. I can listen to a person speaking for hours together. And until they stop, I will not interrupt them saying, "Stop it, man," or "What is this? Stop telling me about your own pains and stories." No, Toastmaster never judges you on that basis. People here listen to you, and finally, even without judging at the end, they give you feedback. And that too is positive, not negative. Can you imagine how much of positiveness and energy you're getting in all these aspects? So definitely Toastmasters is for me is a therapy. Understanding personalities, behaviors, you get to interact with them, social interactions take place, you understand what kind of human beings exist. Okay, he's a straightforward person, you're able to understand he's a straightforward. Niharika is very sensitive. This is what many of them told me. So they were able to judge me through my way of speaking, my way of expressing, my way of thinking. All these are social interactions. And also Toastmaster values your efforts. In what way? Toastmaster gives you awards. Toastmaster gives you awards. And don't tell me that you don't like awards. Awards are just for just they're like to show off and something. I don't concentrate on getting an award, I concentrate on getting the experience. No, stop acting. The people who crave for award, I know almost everyone will be in Toastmaster. You know what, that award is not to show off, that is a point to show you that yes, you have improved. Yes, we are valuing your efforts. This is the way awards are important, to value your efforts. So next time when you get an award, don't try to show off, just take it. I'm like, thank you so much. You become emotional, give an emotional speech. So yes, it's important. So these 6 values, or if like these 6 are my takeaways from past 4.5 years of my journey in Toastmasters. And all of them have shaped my personality. And I'm being honest. You can see the way I am today speaking to you. And I'm mostly here because I had those takeaways and I'm presenting it to you. So yes, the 7th one, to have a social well-being, have a good relationship with people here in the society, Toastmasters is a medium. Not Toastmasters is the only way. Toastmasters is a medium to make you understand it and also help you maintain your mental health. So yes, as I mentioned, these are the 7 ways of improvement that I wanted to share with you, being the part of mental health. And again, I'm sorry if I bored you. So yes, these are the 7 techniques I wanted to share with you. And as here I'm again being a Toastmaster, you should always have a summary at the end of your speech or evaluation. So what is the outcome of the session? So according to me, these are my outcomes, and yours might be different. I'm not telling you these are the exact outcomes of what I spoke today, but for me, this is what is my outcome from this whole episode of ways of improving your mental health. That is, mental health depends on how you balance yourself in different situations. Take baby steps and try to implement only 1 or 2 techniques that I mentioned to you. You at once you can't implement all the ways, because again, brain will feel stressed if you try to implement everything at once. So 1 or 2, just what you liked the most in all the 7 therapies, you can implement 1 in your everyday life. If you find that interesting, continue, and it will bring at least 1% of change in your health. And then if not, like slowly you can try others too. If you find one interesting, you can go with the other techniques too. And the third thing is accept and love yourself the way you are, which most of us don't do. And we have problems with ourselves. At times we scold ourselves, we curse ourselves, not thinking that this organ here is doing a lot of effort for us. If this organ here is not functioning, imagine about this organ here, your heart. This affects this, and finally everything is gone. So accept and love yourself the way you are. Embrace your failures. Any failure that you get in life, try to embrace them. Be a positive-minded personality. Maximum try to take only positiveness from people around you and also in the situations that you are in. And this is my favorite quote. Do not try to go through life, try to grow through life. Everyone goes through life. Every one of us who are born has to go through life and die. But there are only few who grow through their life. So this is my takeaway from this session. And thank you so much for bearing with me. I don't know how much time I spoke, but I'm really, really, really thank you so much for listening. And I hope I was able to convey what I wanted to.
Wow,
Thanks
thank
a
you for the
lot.
beautiful sharing, Niharika. I think we certainly learned so much from this beautiful presentation. All right, so we will open the floor up for